Boop. Hi, my name is Brandon Hendrickson. I'm the founder of Science is Weird. If you know anything about Science is Weird, you probably have figured out that we take everything that we do and we build it on a certain set of cognitive tools. We didn't invent these cognitive tools. I'm thinking things like riddles, metaphors, stories, imaginative role plays. We take everything that we do and wrap it into a game. We didn't invent these tools. These tools were brought together by Kieran Egan. Kieran Egan might be the most important thinker that you probably haven't heard of before. I ran across Kieran Egan's work first when the library, the Suzzallo Library at the University of Washington, deep in the stacks. I found this book by him, and it changed the way that I see everything in education. It has in all the years since then. So we like to talk about Kieran Egan a lot in Science is Weird, but one thing that we don't often say is that all of that stuff about the tools, that's not his deepest, most beautiful idea. His deepest, most beautiful idea is something that I worked for years to be able to explain to people, and I always failed. Because it turns out it's a complicated idea. It's hard to express. Well, Egan died last May. And frankly, it makes me kind of angry that not enough people in the world know about this absolutely game-changing idea that that I have seen transform my own educational practice, that I think has the potential of changing so much in the world. And so what we are going to do at Science is Weird is do a bunch of workshops that together try to explain Egan's beautiful idea. For 5 Saturdays, starting in February of 2023, we are going to be teaching every Saturday one of these workshops. And together they are going to do our best to capture his beautiful idea. You're wondering right now, but I can't make this time. Don't worry. If you sign up for it, you will be able to get the recordings for this. In the very first lesson, we're going to talk about why is good education so danged hard? Because it's really weird. If you just kind of like sit back and look at it, there are so many. The best ideas for how we can educate our kids are so wildly divergent from one another in a way that you almost never see in any other realm of human life. Heck, religions are probably less diverse than methods of schooling and homeschooling are. I'm thinking things like Montessori, classical, Waldorf, unschooling, unit studies, Charlotte Mason, outdoor education. It's weird how divergent these things are from one another. And in this very first workshop, we're going to get Kieran Egan's idea for exactly why that is. By the time that you leave that workshop, you will understand a very simple way of understanding almost all of the fights that human beings have about education. Because of the 3 big ideas, the only 3 big ideas that people are ever talking about in education. If you are new to thinking about what kind of schooling you want your kids to have, this would be a really fantastic thing for you. You will leave with a map that makes sense of so many of the conversations that people have. This workshop, however, is just going to set the stage for Kieran Egan's actual idea. And so we're going to make this workshop free. But then the next 3 workshops are going to go through all of, these different, I got to be careful with my words here, not stages, these different layers of education that are appropriate at different ages, according to Egan. So on February 25th, you'll see, you can read the screen, can't you? But actually, maybe let me go through this in a bit more detail. In the second of these workshops, you will see how we can help even our youngest kids, youngest school-age kids, get a profound understanding of reality. And in the next one, you will learn how we can help our upper elementary, middle school-age kids geek out about some of the shiniest, most wonderful, weirdest aspects of reality. And then in the final one, you'll see how we can help our high school, college even after that, kids, learn to see reality as clearly as a scholar does. And then in the final 5th workshop, we're going to take everything that we've done, we're going to elevate it, and we're going to ask the big question, how can we help our kids really understand the world? If you know Science is Weird at all, you can probably guess that these are not going to be dry lectures, but rather these are going to be interactive riddles. By the end of you are going to work, you as the audience are going to work to try to figure out what the answer to the riddle is. I will give you hints, I will tell you stories, I will give metaphors, all of this sort of thing. And by the end of each workshop, you should understand something profound about the world that you did in education that you did not understand before. I'm going to tell you the truth. I have a fancy degree from one of the best colleges of education on the West Coast, probably maybe the best one. And I will say that what I have found in this book, in Egan's book, should not be read upside down, is more important for how I see the world, more useful for how I think about education than everything else that I learned in graduate school put together. I'm not crossing my fingers on that. You might be wondering who this is for. I will suggest that kids are absolutely invited to this. This is, however, meant for adults. If you are a teacher, this is for you. If you work in any capacity with twice exceptional kids, especially gifted, talented kids who also have another learning disability, especially kids who are on the spectrum or kids who have ADHD, Egan does touch some of those things, but he doesn't specialize in them. Those are near and dear to my heart. So if you are anybody who works with kids on that like that, this is for you. If you are somebody who, I said teacher, that's true for people who are teachers from preschoolers all the way to graduate schoolers. This is one system that encompasses all of this. If your profession includes in any regard needing to explain really complicated things to other adults, this will work for you. If you are a school founder and you want to try to start a kind of school that will change the world, this is for you. If you are some sort of educational entrepreneur who wants to make some sort of online product that will upset the world of, I don't know, French verb conjugation, this is totally for you. The very center of this, however, is parents, and especially parents who homeschool. Especially if you're near the beginning of your homeschool journey and just kind of feeling like, oh gosh, like what is even possible here in the realm of homeschooling if I have total control over the things that we're doing, in so much as we homeschoolers ever really have any control at all over what we are doing, then my goodness, this is totally for you. If you are interested in this, go to sciencesweird.com/genius. You'll see our genius workshops. Go ahead, scroll past the person with the cape, click on upcoming workshops, and then you will be able to sign up on that page. I'm tremendously excited about this. I hope to see you there.